class we will be discussing what is a cell in a bit detail. We will also understand what are cell organelles. Alright, we will see what is the structure of a cell, what is there inside the cell. Also we will take plasma membrane or cell membrane in a bit detail. In previous classes students, we understood what are unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay, we understood why some organisms, why some animals are unicellular and why are multicellular. Let's take and understand cell in a bit detail in today's class. As you can see on the screen, this is the structure of cell. These are basically the organelles which are there inside a cell. Okay, so what is a cell? Before that, let's understand that a cell is the smallest unit that is capable of performing life function. We have already covered that what is a cell. Now we all know that cells are of different shape and size. Yes, blood cell, red cell, muscle cell, leaf, pore cell, okay, the nerve cell. All these cells, okay, they differ in their size. Okay, they differ in their size because they perform specific function. So the shape and size of a cell depends on the specific function that they carry out. Okay, so that is why their shape and size differs. Okay, now what is a cell? Okay, we have understood that first one is the shape and size of the cell. They are related to the specific function they perform. Each living cell perform various function. Now children, it is very interesting to know here that each cell contains specific component that is called as organelle. For example, this is your body. Inside your body there are many organs. Okay, there are many organs. Okay, similarly inside a cell, suppose that is the cell, that is a microscopic view of a cell. So if you can see cell there, inside it you will notice various different colors structure. These are organelles. These are organelles, that onion color, purple, brown, yellow, all these structures that you can see inside the cell, they are organelles, and these organelles perform those functions. Okay, so all these functions, they are performed by organelles. Okay, alright, so a cell is able to live and perform all the functions just because of these organelles. Okay, and it is very interesting to note that all the cells have same organelles. Okay, all the cells have same organelles inside it. Okay, so that is organelles. So these organelles are responsible for carrying out various functions. Okay, they perform cell division. Okay, each cell organelles, they perform different functions like clearing waste material. So it is not actually the cell which performs the function, it is actually the organelles. Okay, the organelles which are present inside the cell, they perform all these functions of clearing waste, of intake of food materials, metabolism, respiration, excretion, taking in of food, then clearing waste material, protein synthesis, lipid synthesis. So all these functions they are carried out by cell organelles. Now what is cell made up of? Okay, what is there inside the cell which helps in the functioning of all functions of life? Okay, so if you can see here, you will understand that a cell is basically made up of three parts. Okay, a cell is made up of three parts. The structure of a cell, okay, that is known as the structure of cell. So the cell is made up of three parts, that is cytoplasm, nucleus, plasma membrane or cell membrane. So these three constitute the basic structure. These three constitute the basic structure of a cell, like cytoplasm, plasma membrane and nucleus. Okay, so that is the structure of a cell. What is cell made up of? A cell is a tiny mass of protoplasm which is surrounded by a membrane and is capable of performing all function of life. Okay, so plasma membrane, it is used to create separate environment. Okay, we will study plasma membrane in detail today. Next is nucleus. It is used for the control. Okay, for carrying out control process. Cytoplasm, it possesses the metabolic machinery. Okay, so let's take plasma membrane in detail today. So what is the plasma membrane? Children, plasma membrane outer layer which is known as plasma membrane. So plasma membrane or cell membrane is the outermost covering which separates the cell, the content of the cell from its external environment, and it is also flexible. It is flexible and it is made up of organic molecules, lipids and proteins. Clear? So now this plasma membrane act as a gate. Okay, it act as a gate. Like suppose you have a home and there is a gate. So what is the role of gate? It allows the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the house. Okay, so similarly this cell membrane also permits the entry and exit of some specific materials in and out. Okay, for example, carbon dioxide is given out, oxygen is taken in with the help of plasma membrane. So that is the reason why it is known as the selectively permeable membrane. It is known as the selectively permeable membrane. Okay, why selectively? Because it allows the selective things to go in, to go out. Why permeable? Because it permits, it allows, and membrane means a layer. Okay, so why plasma membrane is called as a selectively permeable membrane? Because it allows the entry and exit of specific materials in and out of the cell. That is why it is known as the semi-permeable membrane. Okay, now it is the outermost covering. We have already studied that. Okay, it is the outermost covering. It allows the entry and exit. The plasma membrane is flexible. So these are the three basic points or the three basic characteristics we can say of plasma membrane. Okay, now we will see the zoomed structure of plasma membrane. Okay, if you can see here, this is the zoomed structure of plasma membrane. So this is the function of plasma membrane as we have already covered. Now this plasma membrane helps in the transport. Okay, it helps in the transport. Okay, so how it transport? For that it has two mechanism. Okay, diffusion, osmosis and others. So diffusion and osmosis are the basic two process by which movement of substances from the cell or from outer the environment to the cell occurs by the process of diffusion and osmosis. Okay, so these two are the passive transport. Okay, passive transport, diffusion and osmosis. These are the passive transport mode, diffusion and osmosis. Okay, so what is diffusion? We have covered that in previous classes. It is the process of movement of substances from higher concentration to the region of lower concentration till it spread uniformly in a given space. How? See, this is diffusion. Now suppose this is a cell. Okay, our cell needs oxygen. Okay, so oxygen can be taken in. Okay, and CO2 should be given out. Okay, so this process by which oxygen, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place with the help of diffusion only. Okay, so this is basically the gaseous exchange that takes place from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, some substances like CO2 or oxygen can move across the cell membrane by the process of diffusion. Okay, so we have studied that the process of diffusion in earlier chapters. Okay, we saw that there is a spontaneous movement of a substance from a region of high concentration to lower concentration is a diffusion process. Okay, now something similar to this happens in cell when, for example, some substances like carbon dioxide, okay, which is a waste. Okay, carbon dioxide, which is a cellular waste. Do you all know that carbon dioxide is a cellular waste? It is a waste product of cell. For example, this is a cell. Carbon dioxide is a waste product. So by this, the waste product, that is CO2, it requires to be excreted out by the cell. Okay. So it needs to, when it accumulates at high concentration here, when CO2 is accumulated at high concentration, so it moves out. Okay, so that is the process of diffusion. Okay, so here the concentration is high of CO2, here the concentration of CO2 outside the cell is low. So this plasma membrane allows the excretion of CO2 from higher concentration to lower concentration by a process of diffusion. Okay, so in the cell's external environment, the concentration of CO2 is low. The concentration of CO2 is low as compared to inside the cell. Okay, so as soon as there is a difference in concentration of CO2 inside and outside the cell, diffusion takes place. Okay, similarly oxygen enters the cell. Similarly oxygen enters the cell by the process of diffusion. Okay, when the level or the concentration of oxygen inside the cell decreases. Okay, so that is how the diffusion is very helpful, and it is a mode of movement of gaseous from inside the cell to outside the cell. Okay, so that is the one mechanism of diffusion. Okay, now we will understand osmosis process in our next class. I hope you have understood what is diffusion. Okay, diffusion is the gaseous exchange. Okay, diffusion is the process of gaseous exchange takes place from a region of higher concentration to a region of low concentration, that is known as diffusion. Now these are the importance of diffusion. It helps in the spread of different substances throughout cytoplasm. It helps in the spreading of the various gases. Okay, so diffusion helps in the exchange of respiratory gases. I already told you, if the content of oxygen is higher in the external environment of the cell, it will move inside. Okay, and CO2 will be excreted out by the process of diffusion. So that is how we are able to respire. So diffusion process plays a very important role in respiration. Transpiration is diffusion process, and flowers spread